Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your January 2022 general readings. We are looking at the first half of January from the 1st to the 15th, the first 2 weeks of a brand new year. And this reading is for the water sign of Pisces. Welcome, everyone. I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas and are transitioning into the new year well. I am recording these in the last 2 days of the old year, although these are for the first half of the new year, January 2022. Thanks for taking the time to be here, as always, for all that you do in support of this channel, watching it, likes, shares, subscribes, donations, feedback, comments, reaching out for personal readings. It is always appreciated. Thank you. Okay, so this reading is for Pisces for the first half of January 2022. That's if your Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus sign is in Pisces. It's relevant if you're cross-watching for a Piscean. It is a general reading, so of course it's going to resonate a little differently for everyone. Watch all of your signs for any additional perspective and insight they may provide. And if you find something does resonate with you and you'd like to take a deeper look at something, reach out for a personal reading for yourself or as a gift for someone else, feel free to email me directly. If you click on the description link below that little arrow, you'll see my email address, Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I'd be delighted to hear from you. I can usually respond within the same day with more information. I do a wide variety of different types of readings. And again, although you can order this any time of the year, still quite popular right now are the 6 and 12-month overviews that I do, which take a look at all the main areas of life for the next 6 or 12 months, which are pretty popular this time of year because we're headed into a new year, right? So something to keep in mind. All right, let's move right into this reading for Pisces, first half of January. I'm using the Tarot of Dreams, clarifying with the Gilded Tarot. Okay, Pisces, we begin by leaving or contemplating leaving something. The Eight of Cups. Leaving, turning your back, walking away from something which may have started out all right, but has become unfulfilling or has simply run its course. With the Four of Coins, commonly called the Miser card. It can represent hoarding, feeling protective of what you have because maybe you don't have a lot. It's a card about being frugal. Maybe what you're leaving behind is maybe you're going from one job to another job, or you've come into some financial or material resources or abundance. You're walking away from, you're leaving this behind. Because the Four of Coins, regardless of what it represents, is a card of frugality, right? Of being afraid that what you have you're going to lose, and so you hold on tightly to it. You live frugally or cheaply or economically, whether it's actual dollars and cents or emotionally, something of that sort. You are leaving this behind. Next to that, we have the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Fire. Aces represent the number 1, so the start of a new path, a new opportunity. And this one is governed by the element of fire, which governs wands. So this energy is desire, passion, excitement, enthusiasm, creativity, inspiration, the start of an exciting new path or the opportunity for that. With the Five of Wands, but here comes some conflict, internal conflict, external conflict. Could be petty conflict. It could be going around and around inside yourself or with people in your environment or in your space, about the same thing over and over and over again. Interesting. Next we have, beautiful, the Ten of Coins, long-term stability and security. Coins is also pentacles in other decks. Tens represent cycle ending, cycle fulfillment, coming full circle. So this is long-term stability and security. It's also a card that is referred to as the inheritance card. And what does inheritance mean? It means a present-day sense of stability and security based on the long, slow accumulation of what went in to get it. So if this is about dollars and cents, it's about having enough money in the bank that you're not worried about the future so much. You're not worried about tomorrow, next week, or next month, right? This is feeling very secure financially, materially. It can be even emotionally. With the Five of Swords, a hard-won victory, winning at all costs, being willing to do whatever you feel is necessary in order to get that long-term security and stability. There's always a bit of question with the Five of Swords. Is it worth it? And of course only you can decide on that. From the bottom of the deck, representing the overall energy for the first half of January, is the Knight of Wands. I always feel one of the fastest of all of the knights, the Knight of Fire. He he takes no prisoners. He decides on something. He decides on a goal, a mission, a quest, and he is off to pursue it, off to do whatever he needs to, because knights can be rather fanatical in pursuing their quest. Whatever he needs to do, which goes along with that Five of Swords, in order to accomplish the thing. Let me pull one more with that. The World. This is a card of graduation, of leveling up. The World is the last major arcana card in the tarot. The first is the Fool, who has the 0 on his card, and all the cards after the Fool are about the Fool's journey through his life, or specific aspects or chapters of that book of life, until we get to the end, where we've accomplished, a certain set of chapters or volumes of our life path is done. We've learned and done everything that we can, and we're graduated, so we're moving on into a brand new landscape full of different opportunities and different choices, right? So you're moving on. Now I got that old series from the 70s song in my head, moving on up, but that's what it is, and quickly too. It may be that some of you, it might be a promotion for a job, or a much better job, or perhaps you finished a course of training or education or certification, and now you're able to, you have the skill set that enables you to get a well-paying job, or perhaps some investments paid off. I keep saying that, even though it could be relationship, I'm not really feeling it. It feels more like it's in the, even though it affects the rest of the other parts of our life, it feels like for many of you, this is in the earth energy area of your life, which deals with, money, finance, property, resource, assets, job, all of that. So let's clarify a bit. Actually, let me pull 2 more cards or so from the top to see what would have been next. The 6 of Swords and the 3 of Wands. Yeah, healing. So you're leaving something which had this miser energy to it. You're leaving that, that sense of frugality and super economizing. You're leaving that behind. And the next 2 cards from the top of the deck for the first half of January is also kind of speaks to that. The 6 of Swords is a card about healing. It's leaving the choppy waters behind. You're not quite to the other shore and on solid ground yet, but you're definitely moving towards that. And the 3 of Wands is waiting for your ships to come in. It's having put in some of the work, some of the footwork, and you're starting to see some of your efforts paying off, and you're much more positive and optimistic about what's coming in down the road as well. So, yeah. Changes, really positive, great changes. Let's clarify a little bit. The overall energy of the Knight of Wands and the World, let's clarify that. Maybe an opportunity came in really quickly and you just decided to take it, or maybe you just all of a sudden had that, who else was it? Leo? Had that kind of epiphany and just decided, this isn't good for me. I'm going to something that is. The Ace of Swords. The epiphany. It's interesting because I think it was Libra. I think it was Libra that was like struggling to make a decision on whether they should choose a new path away from something. And they got a major download, this Ace of Swords, which is success that comes through your epiphany, the light bulb going off on your head. Seeing something in a new perspective, like seeing something for what it really is, like the wake-up call, right? Yeah. And it doesn't feel like you waste any time at all moving on. Let's clarify that miser card, the 4 of Coins. The 5 of Wands. So we have the 5 of Wands twice. Conflict. Internal conflict, external conflict. You may have some naysayers, in your environment that are like, what are you doing? Is this crazy? Why are you leaving, XYZ? Strength is that next card. So facing your fears, your doubts, your insecurities, and overcoming them, moving forward so that you can work through something. Yeah. So like there is most of the time with new changes, even if we're excited about them and we're hopeful about what lies ahead, there's some trepidation about leaving things behind or leaving what we've known. Even though maybe it's had this miser energy, it's still familiar. So it can be kind of scary to transition into something new, especially if you're struggling with internal doubt and, of course, external chatter from, people, places, situations around you. Clarify the Ace of Wands Exciting new beginnings. The Eight of Wands. Fast. This kind of goes along with the Knight of Wands. I think you are moving really fast here, Pisces. I think you're moving really fast because the Eight of Wands is a card. It's the Eight of Fire. It's fast movement forward, aggressive movement forward, powerful communication and conversation, travel. It is very action oriented and not slow at all. So this new opportunity, this new path, it's moving quickly and you're moving right along with it. Let's clarify that. Five of Wands, card of conflict. It can also be a card of competition. I mean, it could be if this is a work situation and you got like a big promotion, big bonus or something. It could be that there was a lot of competitive energy there. People all competing for the same thing. Or it can just be naysayers, you know. There are always those people who just don't like to see people do better, even especially if they view it as doing better beyond them. You know, some people call them haters. I don't know. I mean, I think that's a pretty strong word. I don't know if they're actual haters or because I feel like it's insecurity driven most of the time. Let's see what that's about. Death and justice. So death is final endings. Death so that something can be born again. It's rebirth because birth follows death. But this is about a complete clearing out. This is like leaving all of that stuff behind. But justice is doing the right thing. It may be for some of you that this is just, you're leaving all of this conflict, drama, petty stuff behind you. Some of you, it might also be like naysayers or people are going, it's not right what you're doing. It's not right. Or, you know, something like that. Either way, or even if it's a combination of both, you are like running away from it as fast as you can. Clarify the Ten of Coins. Long-term stability and security, clarify. The Seven of Swords, which is keeping things undercover. Somebody who has an objective, and in order to achieve that objective, they feel like they have to keep their thoughts, ideas, choices, plans to themselves. You may not be talking about it too much. The Ten of Cups, which is the happy home card. So you've got the two best tens. Ten of Coins, this is like a great life. The Ten of Coins, or Pentacles, which is long-term stability and security, particularly financially, materially. And then the Ten of Cups, which is the Ten of Water and Emotion, called the happy home, white picket fence, happily ever after card. This is like having a life where everything is flowing pretty well in your life. You feel pretty fulfilled in all areas of life. It may be that, because this is clarifying the Ten of Coins, it may be that the issue, or on surface, the subject matter is financial and material, but it can also work out quite well for your home and family, whatever that is to you. But it might be, too, that you're hoping this will actually, your ulterior motives or your hidden objective is that you're hoping it will be even more beneficial. Maybe it's, I mean, sometimes the Ten of Cups is the card of marriage. So it might be, okay, now I really have what I need to, you know, ask this person to marry me. Or, I mean, I don't know, it could be some version of that, because the Ten of Cups is what's hidden, right? With the Seven of Swords. So it may be that you're hoping that it will benefit you in your emotional life too, right? And it might be with love, romance, marriage, anything like that, kids, you know, that kind of stuff. That whatever this is that you're transitioning into that looks so great, you have hopes for, maybe even kind of secret hopes for in the future in your emotional life in some way, shape, or form. Just got to put that out there. All right, clarify the Five of Swords. Winning at all costs, a hard-won victory, but doing whatever you need to do to achieve that. The Six of Swords, again, healing, moving away from troubled churning, troubled waters. The worst is behind you, right? You're moving to a better place. The Four of Pentacles, again, that miser card. Yeah, you're definitely moving into a better space, financially, materially, and hopefully in the emotional area of life as well. It's beautiful reading, Pisces. Really beautiful, actually. Well, let's end with any final messages, guidance, advice from Spirit for Pisces for the first 2 weeks of January 2022. The Five of Swords again. That's the winning at all costs, doing whatever you need to do in order to achieve your objective. So if any of you had any doubts at all about whether or not you were doing the right thing, Spirit strongly supports it and is encouraging you to do whatever you need to move into this new path, to have this hope that you have realized. The Queen of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising. It might be a person that's relevant somehow. But it's also the Queen of Pentacles is the Queen of Coins, the Queen of Earth, the Queen of Stability, particularly financially, materially, which I know this has a thread in. And the Sun, light, love, warmth, laughter, illumination, and uplifting of energy. You're on the right path, Pisces. There's this strong sense, too, which is kind of, I'm curious about. There's a strong sense of, okay, I've leveled up, I've moved into, I've graduated, I've moved into a new level, and it feels like it garners you some kind of better long-term stability and security, particularly financially and materially. But the curious thing is that you also have secret hopes of it affecting you positively in that Ten of Cups. Love, home, marriage, kids, something like that. So, interesting. Be interesting to get feedback always. All right, Pisces, those are your messages for the first half of the new year, 2022. I hope that you enjoyed them. I hope they brought some sense of clarity, feedback. Again, if any of this resonates with you and you would like to perhaps take a deeper look at something, reach out for a personal reading for yourself or as a gift for someone else, feel free to email me directly at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. You can see that email address also by clicking the description link below. I will see you all in a couple of weeks for the January mid-month readings. Until then, stay safe and well. Have a wonderful transition into this beautiful new year, and I hope to see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.